What's up, New England and beyond?
Hell yeah.
We are in the Room podcast this Wednesday night with Shaun Shubert from Red Seal Martial Arts and Princeten.
Yes, sir.
With a special announcement tonight, but we'll get to that in a little while. But welcome to the show for the first time, my man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Shaun,
Steve.
frequent flyer in the New England
I love seeing you,
podcast
buddy.
today, bro.
I love seeing you, my man.
I have to ask, every time one of the veterans comes in here who's been in there before, the place changes and changes.
Yep.
We got a drum set in here now. There, man. What's different from the last time you've been in? It's been a little while, I think.
It's been a long while. I was actually just telling Prince this morning because we were talking about coming down here and meeting up for a ride, whatever, that kind of stuff. And I was like, Steve's been doing this for like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years. I remember when he's like driving down to my gym and plugging his phone into the wall and clipping us with microphones and like string, like 10 yards of string, and like you can't move, we just sit on the seat. And now we're going to this like cool room. Every time I go here, it's like new stuff on the wall, signed up by pro fighters, all this. He's got this cool little. Oh, you guys can't see nothing, haha. Yeah, you should come down here to the Room podcast. No, it's sweet. I think your table was moved over a little bit, and you had the electric drums last time.
Yes, the electric drums were sitting right here where I can hit sound effects. But they are home now. That is my practice kit. That's a practice kit also, but I'm going to be moving a band in here. So I'm getting rid of this big table, and this is going to be a podcast and band rehearsal spot.
Hell yeah.
We're evolving in so many spots.
I like that talk, Steve.
It's
Got to
been a
keep
while,
moving,
man.
dude.
It's been a while.
Tell us about your band, Steve.
I've been talking about it every week, but I did.
Oh, you did?
I
Tell
did
me about
I did give a
Tell
little
me about
sample
it,
of it when Tommy was here, my co-host on Wednesdays. We do have a couple of songs recorded.
Nice.
But we played back in the 90s, mid-90s, the living room,
I
Providence.
remember the 90s, dude. I was alive.
We were an original band playing heavy stuff, Megadeth, Deftones, kind of style stuff. But it was all original, so we would play like once, twice a month. We're getting back together. We're going to do it again.
Let's go.
We got some new songs coming out. I actually do want to get in a cover band. I want to play in a regular band, but this is just going to keep me busy and keep my creative processes going, writing my own kind of stuff. But I do want to play in a cover band and play out and
nice,
people
dude.
dance in front of us and stuff. But
I like that talk.
yeah, I'm changing a little. I'm getting back to my roots.
I hear you, buddy.
That's
I recently
exciting.
picked the ukulele back up. Started learning the ukulele.
Back up? Did you
Well,
play it
I didn't
before,
play it. I didn't play it originally. I played the guitar when I was a little kid, and I picked up the ukulele since I retired.
Nice.
Need a little free hobby time.
Tiny Tim.
Yeah,
Tiptoe through the tulip stuff. Didn't Don Ho play the ukulele thing? Remember Don Ho?
No, you're dating yourself now.
Yeah, I am. The
dating
Hawaii
yourself.
guy. I don't fucking know.
Was it
He
Don?
had
No.
one famous song and he used to sing it all the time.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I'll
I don't
find
think his name was Don Ho.
It was.
He was like a 1 million pound guy, right?
I don't even. I'll look it up right now.
No,
find
take it
Don
easy,
Ho.
dude.
Andrew Valdina is watching. Andrew Valdina is on.
I like
Kids
Andrew
Turn
Valdina.
65. Don't you see him at Lozon's?
Yeah, he's my guy. I like him.
What do you mean, your guy?
He's a good guy, dude. I like him, A lot of people, I could take him or leave him, but, I like Andrew Valdina.
Class act,
He's a classy kid. He always says hi to me, shakes my hand, never ducks me in sparring, He's a fucking good guy.
Nice.
I
Why?
like
There's
that
some
kid.
people that duck you.
No,
in
no, no,
sparring.
no. I never get ducked. Never get ducked. I didn't even say duck.
So let's get to that though. Sparring. You are recently retired from professional fighting,
Yes, sir.
but you still make your way to Lozon's here and there. Do you still? Get
I still
that?
spar. Yeah, I'm a lot of FAF time with the homies. It's the new wave, man. Like, I'm trying to pave the way, trying to bring up the young bucks, trying to bring in some fresh blood. Help the guys out. But like, if I have the ability to be on the mat and help them out and give them the work, and I'm still at that caliber, help guys come along. Like that's what I'm gonna do. Like, it's a waste of coaching. It's a waste of, like the ability to help somebody else out if I'm just like sitting on the sidelines or skipping practice or throwing the whole thing out the window. So yeah, I'm still sparring. I'm still drilling with the fellas. I have I do have a plan to get back out on the uh, kind of like cruising the gym scene, and like
Okay.
mixing it up, like
Well,
you
you are a
know,
gym
like
owner yourself, so
yeah,
a lot of, I would
so
imagine a lot of the decision to retire has to do with bringing up these kids,
bringing up the
getting the gym,
business.
going. Even though it's going, but it's growing every day for you. Right?
Yeah, it's grown immensely just since November, where I have a lot more time to focus on growing the business and being a business owner rather than being a fighter that owns a gym that's trying to fight for notoriety and fight for his name and fight for hey, why are you going to go to this guy's gym when you could go to Joe Lozon's down the street?
Yep.
Why are you going to go to this guy's gym when you could go to Chips in Plymouth? Or there's a million gyms. All the gym guys.
Mhm.
All the gyms. Everything in this area is a 15, 20, 30-minute drive. And if you're really into the sport and you're really into trying to make it somewhere, or you're trying to do something with it, like, you'll drive 30 minutes. If the guy's got notoriety, if the guy knows what he's talking about, if the guy's a good coach, so if I can spend more time being a good coach instead of spending half the time being a good coach and then half the time being a fighter, right? I put all my time into being a coach. I put all my time into working with my guys, spending the time where, people gave me their time. So I live at FAF, every Sunday I'm back there with the fellas. It's, hey, who needs work? I'm doing small glove. I'm doing big glove. I've even done some fucking grappling the past couple weeks. It pains me to death, to get thrown on my head. But the MMA guys need the work, dude. They want
awesome. Yeah.
there's a couple of cats over there that they're fighting, and like, hey, man, like they need the work. Like, hey, just throw him on the ground. He'll be
Get
fine.
through his hands and
He'll
his
get-
legs,
he'll
and
be
then throw him
fine.
on the
Yeah,
ground.
throw him on the floor. He'll be fine.
That must be cool when
So-
they get through your, your
It's cool
your
for
punching
them.
and kicking
Yeah,
range.
it's cool
and they
for
get,
them. Cool for them.
Well, that
I'm
was like one of your
God.
big things out of getting out of MMA. A lot of these fighters were ground fighting oriented, and you were more of a hands
I wanna
guy,
stand
and
up
then
and
you would
bang,
be beating
man.
them up on their
Yeah.
feet, and then all of a sudden they take
Drop
you
me on
down.
my
You're like,
head.
what the
Like,
fuck, man?
I can't stop getting dropped on my neck.
Yeah, man.
Chip Barraza was the same way. You know what I mean? I mean, even though he had a really, he had a successful MMA career, but he would say the same things. These guys would be beating him up on their feet,
Yep.
and they would take me down. It
Yeah.
got frustrating for him, so he
Yeah.
got into the Muay Thai kickboxing. So that wouldn't happen. He could just, beat these people up. That's kind of where you are. Get
what
your
we're
bread and
doing.
butter.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. So that last fight, we're gonna get to Princeton, man. We got a lot to talk about, but I got to catch up with you.
I hear you, bro.
But that last fight was for Cage Titans.
Yes.
Was that the small gloves?
That was
small
the
gloves?
first small glove in Massachusetts.
So another record, history in the making there.
Stamp in the record books. Yeah. Yeah,
Was-
that was cool. It was cool to see it evolve, to see it come to fruition. We had spoken about it for years. It seemed like almost like a decade that we were like, oh, I'm sorry. It seemed like forever, dude. And then something popped off in Vermont where I got to go up there and be the first guy in Vermont to do it, be the first champion in Vermont, first guy in New England to do it. Then it was Massachusetts, so it's been cool. And even kind of a little segue into Princeton's thing is like they're still making headway on this Muay Thai venture that they're doing at Cage Titans, I guess you'd say. Like, Muay Thai is growing as a sport globally, but it's picking up a ton of steam in America, and it's picking up a lot of steam in this area. There's a lot of guys doing just Muay Thai fights. They're really getting involved with the sport and growing it, and it's really awesome to see, especially somebody like Mike Pulver, who's getting into it and helping grow it, even if it's in his own way just for his company. Like, the work he's doing for his company is putting a dent in like where we need to go for the sport, right? He's getting it approved that, hey, MMA guys, amateur first fight, they're fighting with small gloves, no headgear, no shin pads, no elbow pad. Like, let's get these fellas in here.
Yeah.
We're adults here, buddy. We're trying to fight.
Yeah.
Right? We're trying to do Muay Thai. Like, let's take off the shin pads. Let's allow these guys to do elbows. I mean, a lot of this stuff was because Mike Pulver fought for it and went to the commission week after week after month after month after year, and you know, we made this like let's make this happen. Let's make this small glove happen, and he kept his word. He made me the first guy to do it. Like, you know, it was.
Well, you do have some like bigger gloves history with him too, fighting some. I think you were the first actual Muay Thai, one of the first Muay Thai
we did
fights.
one of the first Muay Thai fights. He did like a mixed show.
Yeah, that was at the bowling alley.
At Pins or Kings.
Yeah, Pins. Yeah,
Pins. Yeah.
And you had a huge, huge showing there right?
I know Mike too from doing Cage Titans in my MMA days, so I have a lot of history with Cage Titans. Mike's always been a stand-up guy. He's always been there for the fighters. I know everybody that talks Mike. Everybody talks Mike Pulver up and says he's a fighters promoter. Like, that guy is in it for the fighters, you know.
Definitely.
And it's 100% true. Like, you wouldn't have a million guys saying it if it wasn't true. And it's 100% true.
And what you're seeing from a lot of the promotions around the area, they're following his lead.
They should be.
You know, with the promoting of the fighters. You know, in the past it wasn't as much. You know, social media now, but people are watching what Cage Titans are doing. I mean, they have their own media. You know, their own media crew with Nick and all the people that he's bringing in there. He's bringing in Fight Bananas. You know, huge people. You know, to support you guys.
Yep.
So kudos to Mike, Cage Titans. Kudos to all the promotions in New England that are stepping up their game and you know, trying to get out of the past and, you know, excel. But they're doing it. But let's talk about more history in the making.
Let's do it.
Gotta get the Princeten here. So you made history at Cage Titans with small gloves as a professional Muay Thai fighter. This man is coming in to make history as an amateur small gloves Muay Thai fighter. May 25th, Cage Titans 65. I don't know if they have announced this yet or anything. I know they were talking about it, Mike getting this.
Yeah, there's been little whispers.
But it's. I mean, what? We're a couple of weeks, 2.5 weeks away from the fights.
Steve got the beans.
Yeah. So what's going on? Where'd this guy come from? Talk about him for a second, and then we'll give his story, how he got into you guys, and what it feels like. Fight for Cage Titans in a couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah, he's just came in with a lot of natural talent and really just put in the work. I mean, he comes to 2 sessions a day. He does strength and conditioning. He's at all the Muay Thai he can get in. And he's athletic as hell, man. Like, he's got the physique for it. He's built for it. You know, he's been wanting to do it, and we were like dabbling about doing some like smaller stuff, some smokers to open him up with, but a lot of stuff fell through, and he just came to me one day and was like, "Yo, man, like, I know we've been like talking about this, and it's been wishy-washy, but like, I think I'm ready." I'm like, "All right, dude." So then a couple fucking weeks later, Mike calls me up. "Hey, you got anybody for a Muay Thai fight at Cage Titans?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do, actually. I'll do some
Was
stuff."
he talking small gloves at that point?
Nope.
Yep.
Small gloves wasn't even really a thing. And he hits me up a couple days later like, "Hey, what do you think about small gloves?" Like, "Yeah, let's fucking go." He still has to get it approved by the commission, worked out, whatever, you know, and again, came back another week later, like, small gloves is a go. Commission approved it. So they're fighting small gloves, no shin pads, with elbow pads, but they're going to be able to throw elbows. So they're basically fighting full rules, no knees to the head, but, you know, basically.
As we've seen, people can still get knocked out with elbow pads and even with shin pads on. I mean, you can still. I've seen knockouts, but now, you know, bone on bone is going to be
getting the
special.
bare shin. Yeah, I mean, it's it's a good progression to have, you know, and it's a fair kind of assessment. You're like, hey, you got all these guys as amateur MMA fighters in here throwing bare shins willy nilly. Most of these guys, their kicking game or their checking game is like nil to very small because of the way that some of these MMA gyms operate, where they're saying, hey, like, let's be heavy boxing, heavy wrestling. Hey, let's, look at this type of part of the game or this type, and some of them overlook the Muay Thai. Some of them do just enough Muay Thai. Some of them, so you get somebody in there that trains pure striking all the time, and that's the game you're going to play. Like, that's different, So some of these guys could get more injured than a Muay Thai fighter that's trained in pure striking all the time, because they're, dabbling in it while they're mixing in wrestling and jits and boxing and whatever else, so why can't a Muay Thai guy go in there with no shin pads on and
well, evidently
fly?
they can as an amateur. Let's get to this guy.
Let's get it going.
How'd you meet this guy? How'd you get involved with Red Seal? And how'd you get involved in fighting in general?
Damn, that's a lot of questions.
Well, I mean, you have to answer that. That's
Yeah,
how
no,
I
you-
just
Yeah,
threw
write
it
'em
out
down.
at you.
I got you. I
Write
got
'em
you. Well, with Shaun, it's crazy. I met him at Lausanne's one Saturday morning, and it's really wild because I was still like fairly new to kickboxing and Muay Thai, and still like learning how to throw a proper like hook or proper jab, and I remember just getting beat up every week over there, and a bunch of great guys over there, a bunch of killers, and I just ran into Shaun one day, and I was like, who's this white boy with locks, man? Like this, this dude. Let me find out, what he's about, and I found out for sure what he was about, and he definitely beat me up that first time. So that second time around, when I saw him again, I was like, okay, it's time for me to get my get back, and time to show him a little something. And we went a little harder that second time around, and he ended up dropping me, and that was
Fucking Shaun.
yeah, that was the very first time that I've ever been dropped in sparring, and it was just a huge eye opener and very humbling. So I was like, damn, man, this dude is nice, man.
Yeah.
So, and he's quiet about it too,
Yeah.
So, he really challenged me that day, and I wanted more. So I got his Instagram profile, and we linked up from there since then. So
Now, you said you were at Lausanne's before you met him. Did you train in jiu-jitsu or something? Like, how'd you end up at Lausanne's? Like, sparring? Were you growing up as a kid? Did you fight? Anything like that?
growing up, I never really fought. Football was always the
So you were an
dream to go.
athlete when you
that's
were a
right,
kid. Okay.
that's right. But Lausanne's, I just ended up like someone told me about going there for sparring every Saturday, and I ended up going there one Saturday, and I loved it, and
Where were
kept
you
going.
training at? You were training somewhere before that.
Yeah,
right?
so initially I first started training at Danny Savory's
Okay,
over in Somerset.
he's
yeah.
a jiu-jitsu guy. Like, he
that's right.
does a
Yeah,
lot. The head jiu-jitsu
absolutely,
guy from a
absolutely.
lot of Lausanne guys.
Yeah, so I started doing jiu-jitsu and kickboxing, and then I don't know, man. Like jiu-jitsu, as fun as rolling is, I'd rather stand and bang, man. I'd rather like throw punches and kicks and knees and elbows. So jiu-jitsu wasn't like getting me excited to get out of bed. So, but I found kickboxing and Muay Thai was. So started at Danny Savory's, then I transitioned over to Regiment for a little while.
Okay, good guys. Yeah, great gym.
Yeah, great guys, great gym. And after Regiment, I focused full time at Shaun's Red Seal.
Nice. Now, from them gyms, now you go to Shaun's gym, which is just Muay Thai.
that's right.
I mean, he does all the workouts and stuff
Yeah.
like that, getting people in shape, but it's a Muay Thai gym.
Yeah.
What was the difference in the atmosphere between that, a real authentic Muay Thai place, and an MMA gym?
I would honestly say the biggest difference is just like how he coaches and how he approaches the fight game. I've been to all these like different gyms, and nothing wrong with like how they do things. It's just he's kind of more of a free spirit, and like just how he explains things is very. I don't want to say unorthodox, but it's different compared to these other gyms. So, um, yeah, I was fully on board, and I'm learning a lot. So
You got a lot of, I mean, a lot of them are not as big as you.
Yeah.
You got a lot of successful Muay Thai kids, ladies and guys in that gym. How would it feel
Absolutely.
to like just spar with just Muay Thai
yeah.
guys?
Oh yeah, they're all killers, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like when I first got in there, I was like, oh, is this? And I know they say never judge a book by its cover, but I was definitely judging everyone, judging every book by its cover, and everyone there, they're all killers, man. So, very technical and sound, and yeah, it's nice. It's great work every time.
Well, how long have you been at Red Seal?
A couple of, almost a year now, or getting close to a year. So, yeah,
Yeah, it's been like definitely like solid 8 months for
Yeah.
sure.
So you've been, we'll talk a little Cage Titans. You've been at Cage Titans.
Oh yeah,
seen
yeah.
their
I've been to a
shows.
couple of events.
So I would imagine you're at was that his retirement?
That was the one fight that I could not make, man. Unfortunately, yeah. But I live streamed it, and it was yeah.
Well,
it was
you're gonna be. This is your first fight.
ever, yeah. First.
You haven't done any smokers or
Nothing.
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 I mean, you've had wars in the gym,
Oh yeah, that's right.
but as far as now, he talked about saying, it's time. But
Yeah.
did you ever think to get a smoker in, or I think you said it. They were
Yeah.
falling through. He couldn't find an opponent.
Yeah,
but-
well, not that it wasn't really like there was a couple of things that fell through. Like one guy, we had him matched up once, and then the cat hurt his foot or something. Then something. I think there was maybe like searching for another, but either way, like it just panned out where like it wasn't a good time for him a little bit. A couple of opponents and opportunities got passed by for whatever reason, and this thing just kind of like fell into our lap, so to speak, right? So
Yeah. It's crazy because after we had that conversation where I told him I felt like I was ready. Literally, he said a couple days or a couple weeks later, Cage Titans hit him up, and then he hit me up. Shaun hit me up, and I was at the not the zoo, the aquarium with my kids, and my wife, and he calls me and he was like, "Hey, how do you feel about small gloves?" And I just started laughing. I was like, "Let's go, man!" So yeah, definitely excited.
Excellent. Before we went live, I think you did speak about your wife wanting you to get in there. And is she into all this fighting? Or?
She's not really into it,
all right.
but she definitely supports
Supports
me.
you.
Yeah, so that's all that matters.
How old are the kids?
Man, my daughter is 3 and my son is 1.
So they don't understand. They don't really understand. Daddy going in.
They understand a little. They understand a little bit, man.
Yeah.
They're always wrestling and like punching each other.
Oh,
and, yeah,
okay.
it's wild.
Nice. So May 25th, history is being made. How you feeling about it? You've never been in there. You've seen Cage Titans before.
Yeah.
You've been in that building.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind? Getting
Yeah,
ready for this
man.
fight and
It's-
getting ready to walk that walk.
It's definitely a lot. I've been in the building. It's very electric and just a different vibe. And for me to actually do it myself, it's kind of surreal, man. Because this was essentially what I have always wanted to like work towards and work to. And Cage Titans was like the pinnacle of like where I wanted to be, and for this to be my first fight ever, and under Shaun, and it's surreal, man. It's nice, man. I look forward to it.
Well, there's not much footage of you doing much out there, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
You got this matchup. Who you fighting, and what do you know about this kid?
yeah. So I'll be fighting Will Doolin, out of US MMA, I believe, and
Hillary Rose's gym.
yeah. I just know he's 1-0 in Muay Thai and 0-1 in MMA. So he has some experience with Cage Titans. Yeah, and like you said, like not a lot of footage of me, but I don't know. I kind of like it like that. I'm not too many people know about me, but they will they will come May 25th.
Now, as far
so,
as this kid, I would imagine he's got to have footage. I mean, of course, Cage Titans is streamed all the time.
Yeah.
What do you see out of this kid compared to your game?
I don't know. Based off of what I've seen on his Instagram profile, he likes to clinch, and he's super in shape, and he does everything from not just Muay Thai but MMA as well. So I don't know how long he's been training, but he looks like he'll definitely bring it, and so will I. So
Well, you look like a big guy. What's
Yeah.
going to be the weight class here?
175.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is my first time cutting weight too, so definitely not really excited about it, but it's definitely been a whole journey. So
Well, you're in good hands because I
Yeah.
know Sean's cut down.
He's
a
been
few
doing
times.
good with it. He's been doing good with it.
Nice. Now you got all these. You got Anthony Scott and champions over there now. How's it feel to be mixing it up with these kids that have shown that they can get it done?
it feels good, man. I honestly I know this is like history in the making, but I don't really look at it like that. I'm just focused on this fight, and it's my first fight, so I'm not really looking out outside of what I see on a day-to-day basis. So just trying to keep it small, and keep my tunnel vision, and just stay focused on the task at hand.
You guys getting work other than just Red Seal? Is you still
Yeah.
going Lozon's getting work, or are
We're
you
going-
trying to keep?
We've been bringing him to
quiet for this?
FAF.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
yeah.
sure. And we've been bringing guys into FAF. There's been actually a lot of small glove action going on at FAF on Sundays, because of his fight. Because there's some MMA cats that are fighting out of there, and Sean's doing some of the striking with the MMA cats over there. The Gorilla Crew has been
Oh, it's
coming
Gorilla,
down
yeah.
too.
Oh,
So yeah, Jake and his homies have been coming down. So there's been a lot of MMA cats.
Now you're saying a lot of small glove action. You guys
Yeah, we've been
spar with
sparring with
small
small
gloves.
gloves. Yeah.
And how what is the intensity when you're sparring with small gloves? I mean, one little slip you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Just gotta be careful. Or not be careful.
sometimes we're careful. Last Sunday, Princeton went to war with me. No.
Is that right?
Every Sunday. Every Sunday, yeah.
Not every Sunday, dude. Come on. We had to cram a short little session in. I had to go somewhere, so we had to just
Yeah,
cram
go
it all
full
in.
throttle on that.
Fucking, short time. So we had to get gully a little bit.
Now, as far as the rule set, you mentioned no shin pads, small
No shin
gloves,
pads,
elbow pads.
Yep.
But is it?
It's
still
basically going to be full
same-
rules Muay Thai.
same
It's going to
thing,
be elbows.
They're 2-minute rounds, right?
2 minute, yeah, three.
5
So it'll be
rounds
three,
still?
three
Or
2
3 rounds?
minutes. No, it's amateur, so
Okay.
they'll do three rounds. So they'll do two working, one on the stool. Three rounds. Small gloves. I don't know if they're gonna do 7 ounce or 4 ounce. I don't know if they still do that even for amateur MMA. I have honestly no idea. I haven't fought MMA in so long, but I do believe when I was fighting, the amateurs had 7 ounce gloves, pros had 4 ounce gloves.
I would imagine that's different still.
So I'm assuming they're gonna give them whatever gloves they give to amateur MMA guys. They're gonna make them wear elbow pads, but they're gonna allow them to throw elbows. That's the real difference, I guess, from the amateur MMA to the amateur Muay Thai, is that there's no elbows, right? No elbows and no knees to the head for both. So the big difference will be that these guys are going to get to throw elbows. Obviously, no wrestling. So
Still
they'll
no,
be-
still no knees to the head at amateur?
no knees to the head,
Yeah.
but they'll do knees
You
to the
could
body,
kick to
knees
the head,
to the
though,
legs,
right?
kicks to the
Yeah.
head. Yeah.
But in clinch, you can't.
No
can't
clinch.
knee
No,
the-
you can't pull him down and knee
All
him in the head.
Llama.
Yeah.
Bomber.
Yeah, seriously.
Soon, Princeton. Soon.
Someday. So, all right. So, is at this moment Muay Thai is where you want to be,
Oh yeah.
or
that's
you
right.
haven't inspired to be, MMA down the
Yeah.
line, or
You
is
know-
it just Muay Thai? You like that's where you want to be?
That's funny you asked that, Sean. I was literally just talking about that before coming in. When I first started jiu-jitsu and kickboxing, and I was planning on doing MMA, but then yeah, like I said, I realized like I'd rather stand and bang, and so right now strictly Muay Thai. MMA, I don't know, man. I don't know. Those guys are different, man,
Yeah.
for sure. Like it takes a different beast and a different animal to like, standing up is one thing, but like once it gets to the ground, you have to know how to, properly posture yourself and, get out of all these like crazy different, crazy different, positions and then once you get back up, that's a whole another ball game, man, because you're already exhausted,
Yeah.
and then
If
you
you
have
can
to
get up.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
If you can get up,
What the
so
hell?
yeah, it's definitely a different beast, and I'm just focused on one thing at a time, and right now it's just strictly Muay Thai. And when I was going to Lausanne's for that time being, the last time I was there, I remembered I was like, I was sparring with Miguel Savassin,
Oh,
and
he's on the card too.
Oh
I think,
yeah,
now,
that's right. He ended up like, this was towards the end of like the training, and everyone was exhausted, which is no excuse, but he got me in a corner, and he did his thing, man. And after that beat down, I was like, I really like thought to myself, I was like, I need to do better. I need to really focus and hone in on perfecting this craft. So since then, I've been with Sean, and he's definitely helped me perfect the craft. So
Miguel's having great names, man.
Oh, yeah.
Miguel will be on the card.
yeah.
Yeah,
Andrew Valdina,
It's gonna
who
be a
we're talking
banger,
to.
dude. It's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
a good card.
Who's now the decision? Mike called you about. Do you have a Muay Thai fighter? You got a ton of them in there. A bunch that have fought for Cage Titans before. What was the decision to throw him? And you just wanted
He's
new blood
hungry,
in there?
man.
All right.
He's hungry,
Yeah.
baby. That's it. You say you want to fight, I'm gonna get you a fight, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's how it goes. If you say you don't want to fight, like okay, you're not fighting right now. And I've got a lot of guys that come into the gym. They're competitive. They compete, but they like to compete when they like to compete. Like they have other stuff going on. It's it's not a full-time job for them, like whatever it is. So this kid just showed me he's hungry. He said he was hungry. He showed up and put in the work and put in the time. Like I'm not going to put somebody in there that really doesn't want to be in there, right? And I'm not going to put somebody in there that doesn't deserve to be in there.
Or
It's
who's not
gonna
ready to be in?
get his ass kicked for some other reason, like so.
So as far as this side of the coin, coaching these kids, bringing them to the cage, and the other side, when you're fighting, what's more nervous? Guiding these kids in a fight, or you?
1,000%.
Yeah. What's
every
the
time, dude.
what's your feeling when you're
fucking
watching these
time,
kids?
dude. Bro, it's like I might as well be going in there myself, dude. No lie, And no matter who it is, no matter how well I feel like they're prepared, I still get fucking so nervous, dude, for these guys. And it's like, it's not, it's such a weird feeling. It's such a weird feeling. It's like the adrenaline, like I'm gonna fight myself. No lie, I get so like jazzed up. Like I bring a towel out. Half the time I'm wiping my own sweat. You're like, yo, I'm getting it's hot as shit in this corner. Give me some of that water, bro. Like, what the hell?
Ice my back.
Yeah,
Hell
man.
yeah.
It's definitely, and then you put so much into them. You obviously want them to do well because you own the gym and it's like a good look if your guy wins. Yeah, but also like you want to make sure that like I sent this guy in here prepared. Like this person went into this like trusting me, trusting that like I'm not gonna just serve you up to like get my name out on the fight card. Get what I mean?
Well, what we've seen in the past of the other fighters, you're not doing that. I mean, you have females in there that are getting it done too, new up and comers, right?
Of course, yeah.
I mean, you do a lot of fighting in New York and stuff. You guys
Yeah,
go
the
out in
kids
New
are
England and get
traveling. We
fights,
got
yeah.
some young talent. You know, I got some kids in there that are in their teens that are fighting as much as they can. They're putting their names into everything. They're traveling. This kid, young gun Kev, just went down to Delaware and fought at nationals. Last summer, he came to Thailand with me. There's talks that maybe we could get him out there again, maybe some sponsorship money or some
Nice.
kind of thing, like, get him some fights out there. But, he's got supportive parents. I got a lot of kids that their parents are into it just as much as they are, which is really cool for them and for me, obviously, because you get to, like, coach these kids from 12 or 13 up to being adults, like that's really cool,
They're
I
like,
see
yeah,
these
you're like family. You're all
see
family
these-
together at that
yeah,
point.
these kids, I've been training Kev for like since he was like 10 or something, like he's 13 now, so
And their parents
you
put
know,
the trust in you. To
it's
make sure
it's
they're
the
all
same,
right,
yeah, it's the same thing, yeah, it's the
You're a
same
parent
thing.
now too, by the way.
I am,
Congratulations.
thank
we
you.
haven't mentioned that.
Yeah,
It's,
thank you.
A couple of years old. How old?
He's gonna be 2 in September.
September
Yeah,
what?
September 3rd.
Nice. Mine's a 15. So
Yeah.
he's a little Virgo guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You're a Virgo too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
We're only 6 days apart.
So you
actually.
mentioned your kids. They're wrestling and fighting. What's your little guy doing?
Lives at the gym, dude.
Does he?
Oh, I
yeah.
love it,
Oh,
man.
fucking awesome.
As soon as he walks in the gym, he looks at the bags. Dada, away,
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
away. Yep, man. He grabs pads off the wall, slapping them together, walking around the gym like grabbing.
Go. Forget
Hey,
it.
Dada, away. Wants to punch, wants to kick. Walks around the gym. Guys are working out. He's clapping. Let's go, guys. Like, spitting out like one or two words here and there. It's all like little kid jumbled up, but it's funny, man.
Nice.
He's like turning into that like stage where he's, trying to parrot you and
Yeah,
copy
yeah,
you
yeah.
and
Mimic
like
what's going on with
mimic
dad,
what
yeah.
everybody's going on, so he's like walking around scolding people, mean mugging, like
every time, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
awesome.
clapping his hands, like going over, pushing weights around, like,
He'll be running the joint in a
Oh,
couple of
yeah.
years.
That's
he
Good
always
for
wants
that.
to hop in the ring.
Awesome. And it's
It's cool.
it's almost like free babysitting. Everyone's like kind of watching him in there a little bit.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
hangs out, man. It's cool.
Nice.
He runs around during, I teach kids class too. So there's some of the siblings of the kids that are in my class.
Yep.
So he's playing with the little sisters and the little brothers, off on the side. So yeah, it's cool, man.
Well, we'll get back to him in a minute about preparation and a couple of weeks. I would imagine Cage Titans is going to stop throwing this stuff out there. They usually do when they
Getting
when they haven't
close.
announced something,
Yeah,
and
it's
then I do a
getting
podcast and I
close.
have someone on mention it. They usually throw something out. So I would imagine your face is going to be on their Instagram coming
Yeah.
soon because this is
I
history.
mean, it's tough to put promotional stuff together for somebody that has no footage,
not
right?
much, but I'm sure Mike might ask you if you have anything.
Yeah,
that I can
yeah.
put
And I
together,
mean, when I put stuff out there, he's quick to collab with me and share it on the page.
Yeah,
and
Nick's awesome.
post
He'll
it out
go
there.
grab what he needs
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about the business aspect here, man. You're a
Sure
businessman. I mean, you've
Sure
been a businessman
thing.
for a while, but you put down the gloves, and now you're focusing on the business.
Correct.
100%. How's it going, man? How's
It's-
everything been going since I haven't talked to
going
you since
back.
that last fight.
Since
Donnybrook, like
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
a year
it
ago?
had to have
or-
been.
Yeah.
I think it was like February.
Yeah. So, man, what's been
Yeah.
going on there? We're gonna hit your Instagram while you're talking about it, but we'll show a little of Red Seal Martial Arts and some of your kids there. But talk about the business and how happy you are with the way
I
things
love
are
it,
going.
man. I set up my first trip to Thailand as my own group. I brought out about 13 heads to Thailand last year. We went out in August. I went out in July, stayed and did some fighting out there. So I had a couple fights in Thailand, stayed at Fairtex, made a couple connections, met some of the kind of guys behind the scenes at Fairtex. Reconnected with a couple people that I had met over here fighting, and starting to just carve out a little time to maybe keep going back to Thailand. I got another trip planned for this year. I got some heads. I got a partner down in Maryland, Meg Carpenter. She owns a company called Jack Jams, and she runs a bunch of Muay Thai gyms and classes and boxing gyms and classes and all kind of strength and conditioning stuff. So she and I are putting together this Thailand thing. I got 8, 9 apprentices that are helping me teach classes. They're coming up with their own programs. They're helping me with kids. They're helping me with the schedule. You know, it's been a wild ride, man. Like, you know, building up the company, trying to balance the coaching, the fighters, you know, manage my time, figure out what I'm supposed to be doing with myself now that I'm not ducking away and going to hit the bag for an hour, you know?
This Prince.
He is.
I got some of him.
Not too bad. Yeah, man. So it's been good. The team's been really stepping up. Like I mentioned, young gun Kev, him and his father, both helping me out, teaching classes, doing some fighting. You know, they helped me with the website and putting my content together.
That's a big thing, Shaun. Your content is fucking awesome as far as what you're doing, and you talked about. You said you do most of this stuff, right?
I do
on your phone,
all this.
like,
I do it all. Yep.
You've come a long way, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank you.
I mean, this helps. I mean, this is the way of the world now, as far as
it is.
promoting yourself, doing everything on your own.
It is. Yeah.
And what are you just learning on the fly? Do you go on
I
YouTube?
am.
How you doing?
No,
all
I
this?
am. I am learning on the fly. Actually, the kid that I was just talking about from Thailand, his name's Matt Lucas. He is one of the biggest influencers in Muay Thai in the world. I mean, if you're in Muay Thai, you know who Matt Lucas is. This cat helped me out after I had met him in Boston at one of the Lion fights, and he came over with one of his partners. He was doing some sponsorship kind of business, and we just met on like a little handshake, and I hit him up, started following him. We had gotten kind of like friendly on the internet, and I was like, listen, dude, I'm coming out to Thailand. I want to bring some people. Like, can you help me? He's like, you know, something I don't really do that. Like, you know, there's a lot of people that ask me for favors and this and that, but I was, you know, willing to do a lot of the work. I had kind of figured out like a lot of the stuff on my own. I had been there a couple times before putting a trip together, so I knew some stuff anyways, where he just gave me some tips and tricks, and I was so grateful for that when I got out there, I'm like, yo, man, listen, dude, like, you're just so helpful. Like, can I just like buy you a meal or buy you a drink, or can we just like go and hang out? Like, I say thank you. And we went out. After I had fought out there, I got split open. I was walking around Thailand. Yeah, unbelievable.
It's not a Shaun fight till it's like
unbelievable. You wouldn't believe it. Actually, the best part about getting cut in Thailand, they pay you
because you got cut
per stitch.
Oh shit!
Fuck out of here.
On my life.
You just start slicing yourself up.
I went in there. I was like, hey, why didn't I know this in the first fight? You know, if I knew that, I was getting bonuses for bleeding.
What's it? Compensation? For,
It's
like,
compensation for
shit.
putting your ass out there and doing it.
I didn't think you got paid. I thought you
Oh
were
my
just like
God,
a
it was
smoker for you to jump in there.
It was
and
I fought professionally at the local
Was that
the
the-
local stadium. Yeah,
That
that's
wasn't this
first
one up
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
was
yeah.
it? Yeah,
Yep.
sure. Let me throw that back on because
Yeah, that's the one.
this is the one.
That's the one I got cut in. So this is just, I think, like some still shots. This is the first fight. I beat this cat.
Some locals or whatever. You're being like. I mean,
I
is
fought
this guy
Thai.
from
Yeah,
the
he's from
fucking area?
Thailand.
Like,
Yeah, he's from Thailand. Yeah.
Where they go? This American coming in?
Yeah,
This dreadlock
I mean,
guy. What's he gonna
right.
do to me? All of a sudden,
You
fucking
gotta
beat the shit out of him.
you gotta get vouched for over there. You know, they're not just like letting anybody fight at the stadium.
Yeah.
You know, so like I said, I had been to Thailand a couple times before on my own, with some other groups of guys, and I would train with those fellas, and then I would jog to Fairtex and take private lessons with whoever would give me pads over there. And I got friendly with one of the cats over there, Vera, and we trained 1 year. I was over there probably like 6 or 8 years ago, and the Thais, they remember, man. They,
is that right?
It's so wild, that culture, like, they remember. So actually, Vera's actually Cambodian, but he's like very into like, all that Buddhist kind of mentality. He actually, we still talk. He actually just came back from being like a monk for like 2 weeks, just like, he's like, hey guys, I'll be back. I'm gonna go shave my head.
You're in silence.
Yeah,
playing.
it's wild.
Shit
So,
like that.
but I went back there this past year, and I went out there early, knowing that I'm bringing people out there. But I went out early, like hoping that I could fight. Talking to this guy Matt Lucas, putting some things together, dropping some names. When I got to the gym, like, hey, are you guys gonna let me fight? Like, that's why I'm really here, like a month early. Like, I want to really fight, and I'm bouncing around the gym, and Vera just pokes his head around, and he's like, you? Like, yeah, man. It's like, we just recognize you. Like, oh, man. So, we got the Google Translate going, and we're having our little conversation. He's like, dude, I've been watching you since you came here to Thailand the first time, and, you're doing really well, and blah, blah, and like, are you staying here? Are you training? What's the deal? So I fill them in. I'm like, listen, dude, like, I really want to fight. So like, who do I talk to? Like, who's gonna hook me up with a fight? He's like, I can get you a fight. I know promoters. I'm like, say less, dude. So I was there for 2 weeks.
Connections, man.
Got acclimated, and I was in. The first 2 weeks I was there, I fought, and then I did well. He's, that again, the Thai culture is just so funny, where they're like, okay, nice job, you knock him out. Go say sorry. And then,
is that right?
No lie. Like, okay, go say sorry. Like, okay. So I go to the other locker room, and I shake this cat's hand, and like give him a bow and a thanks for fighting me, and like, whatever. And then we go back to the gym, and he's like, okay, are you hurt? And I'm like, no. He's like, okay, you fight 2 weeks. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you fight again. You fight again 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, dude. Then he's like, yeah, take 3 days off, come back. I'm like, I'll come back tomorrow. He's like, no, take 3 days off, come back. Like, they have a whole thing there.
Yeah,
dude.
they know what they're
They
doing.
have a whole thing. They're like, okay, dude, like, you fought, you take 3 days off, you come back, you fight again in 2 weeks. Like, it's just this.
Muay Thai, that's what they do. They fight. Oh, that's why some of their records are 150 and 5 or something like that. They're fighting all the time.
Wild.
As far as you said, planning the trip, you had to learn some tricks, and you've done it before. But how many people are you taking with you when you, or try to? How many
How many
big is
people
the
would I
group?
like to take? I would like to take. I mean, I'd say we had 13 people plus myself last year, which was, I think, a good.
How long do they
amount
go
of
for the group? Like, how long do they
10
go?
days.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a very inexpensive trip, right?
The
I mean, maybe the
plane
flight.
ride, the plane is the biggest expense.
But when you're there, it's not that expensive, right?
Nope.
They all live. Where do you guys all stay? At the camps?
We'll stay at Fairtex, and Fairtex Hotel is whatever three stories up, and then they have like an express. Mr. Wong owns like, he's gonna own like half the block, I think, dude. The guy's got it like well mapped out. He's got condos in the back where the fighters live, so there's sponsored people that fight. They're one champions. They're,
yeah.
The big guys,
yeah.
The big names. So they get sponsorships, and they get put up in these condos that are there. There's like I said, the main hotel that goes up a couple stories. There's an express hotel. It's kind of like a motel feel, and it's like legitimately the building next door.
Are there people that'll go that are not fighters, just experience?
Yeah, a couple
Thailand?
people. Yep, a couple people went
Can I
last
just
year.
go
Yeah,
and,
yep.
Like,
right?
enjoy
Hell
the
yeah.
area.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all the
Wanna come?
festivities going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to Florida twice this year, so I can't afford it this year.
Oh man, next year you're
Next
in.
year,
huh?
I like to experience Thailand one time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. 2025 trip is in the making.
Is it?
Yeah, you can still book for 2024, but 2025 is happening because Steve's my first guy on the list.
Well, I know a
Yes.
lot of people that have gone and they talk about it like it's just experiences.
so
beyond.
cool,
Is that something
man.
that you inspire to do? Are you going this
yeah.
year or maybe in the
I'm
future?
still trying to go this year. To
Yeah.
be honest.
Oh,
yeah,
so it's
just,
still on the fence.
just
right?
trying to get the days off
Trying to
from
get
work.
some
is
time
all.
off from
That's
work,
it, man.
dude.
That's it.
It's literally like being on another planet in some ways. You know, it can be a huge culture shock. I can say, if you're adventurous, you like to explore, you like that, like whatever, you know, it's just going to be excitement the
Yep.
whole time. It could definitely be a culture shock for sure. I mean, you're legitimately on the other side of the globe. It takes you a whole day to fly there,
Yeah.
but
2 hours in a plane. I'm sick.
It's
Never mind.
You're
awesome.
right,
Oh
yeah.
man, have a sleep, dude. You know, take a night flight, go to sleep, wake up in another country. You know, get a long layover, take a couple days.
And there's so much to do there
There's
outside,
so
like you
much,
said, exploring. I
you
mean,
know?
forget it. There's tons of
Oh
stuff
yeah,
to do other than
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I had people that came last year that I think maybe 5 or 6 people that they were just there for vacation.
Yeah.
They were there. I
It's hard
mean,
to be
they
me.
Yeah.
and you know, they came down to the gym and it's like it's a wild experience to just even go into a Muay Thai gym of that caliber and that size. So if you're even there just for sightseeing, just sitting in the gym during a 2-hour training block,
Yeah.
it's unreal because there's 10 rings, there's a cage, there's hundreds
So
of
you can
square
have
foot
you
of
can have
mat.
spectators just come in there.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you don't
people
have
do-
to like if
it's
you walk
in the
in there, you're not
hotel.
automatically a fighter. They'll throw it. Like if I
Oh,
walk
yeah.
in there with a
No, it's in
"Get
the
ring."
hotel.
I'm like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, people that just stay in the hotel or people that are just visitors and know the Fairtex name, they'll just stop by and walk through or get a tour, and they do a lot of stuff there. And there's superstars all over the place. They're just training like it. I mean, it is their job, but they're just training like every day, twice a day. They're running there, and you're just jumping rope next to Stan Fairtex. Like, whoa, this is wild.
Yeah,
man.
you
Like,
know what I mean, right?
this is wild.
On
You
the
know,
other side of the world.
it's just a cool experience to just.
What's fighting there like compared to here? Are you like in like an arena? Like what? Like
Yeah, I
what's
fought in a
going on?
sta-
What's
well,
the feeling like there?
I fought in a stadium, and there's levels to it like there is here, where you know you'll fight at a smoker, and then you'll fight at a Cage Titans, and then you'll fight at a whatever, you know, UFC Contender Series, and then you'll fight on the UFC main cards or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's levels to it, obviously, you know, and like sometimes you're fighting on a UFC card where you're fighting at like the small arena. Right? And
Yeah,
then there's
you know,
sometimes where you're like,
the Ice
you're
Center,
playing in the
whatever.
Megaplex, biggest arena in the globe. You're fighting in Dubai or some kind of other stuff. So there's levels to Muay Thai, even in Thailand, like where sometimes you'll be fighting like in a dirt bowl at a farm in a village, and sometimes you'll fight at a local stadium, which is like the Providence Bruins kind of thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then you fight at like Lumpini or you know.
How does the of course the fighters and the trainers they're very invited to you guys, you know what I mean, but as far as the culture walking around the place, just the area, how are you guys welcomed by the regulars in
everybody's
there?
super friendly. They call Thailand the land of smiles, and
Oh, yeah.
it's sunny all the time. It's
A lot of mopeds.
It's hot,
A lot of
but,
mopeds and
I
bicycles.
mean,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
it's
I
beach,
believe it.
dude. It's beach weather. It's in Pattaya, it's like the part that we go to is like a real walking part of the city. So there's people, there's foot traffic, there's like little markets, and you know, especially if you're coming out and like training or you're hanging out with fighters, like Muay Thai is so revered over there that people are like, oh, like you do boxing, you do boxing, like yeah,
And
they
you're
love
bringing
it.
in,
They love
you
it,
know,
dude.
the people coming in,
Yeah,
like yourself, are
it's
bringing in revenue for the area and stuff like
100%.
that. You know,
Yeah,
so
they like
I would
it.
imagine they're very
They like it,
appreciative. You know,
course.
other cultures coming in.
of course.
Awesome. When is this trip?
We're
This one
going
this
in,
year?
this year.
Yeah.
We're going August 12th. We'll be back like the 21st, 22nd.
I'm going to Florida August 18th. So.
Oh man!
That's exciting.
Whoa.
I haven't been on a plane in 20 years.
Oh yeah,
I've only been on a plane
couple
once,
trips to
too.
Florida might
I
be.
think a couple
yeah,
of
a
trips
couple
to
of
Florida
4-hour
might break
trips
me
before
in.
you.
Yeah, 4-hour trips.
Yeah.
Times that by 5.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't even fathom that, man. But I would have to go to my doctor, give me some tranquilizer, and put me out for fucking
It's
15
not that
of those
bad.
hours or whatever.
It's kind of cool, honestly, because too, you know, they put you on these big air buses. It's different than going on a JetBlue tuna can down
Yeah.
to, you know, Florida. You know, like you
Jeez,
go on this,
that's
like,
where I'm going in a
Yeah.
tuna can
Yeah.
in Florida, JetBlue. That's what I'm
But
flying in.
yeah, some of these big Airbuses, these bigger airlines, they're a little bit more spacious. They got, you know, some extra rows, some extra seats, 3 meals on the plane. I mean, it's airline food, but like
They got drinks.
they got drinks.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Fucking him.
That's
They
it.
got
That's all you
drinks.
Little
need.
brandies, I'm all done.
Fall asleep, dude. You know.
Well, let's get to this guy.
Let's
more
get
times,
to
man. And 25th. What's the date today? Like the 8th, 9th, or something. Like
Yeah.
That. So,
Amazing.
and what's
Short
I mean,
time.
yeah, it's a short,
Short
time
time. We
before
got
they. I mean, you got to
couple
cut
weeks.
weight the last week. Your first
Yeah.
time doing that.
That's right.
What's your thoughts? A couple of weeks out, for, 2.5 weeks or so from this fight. This making history, even though you're
Yeah.
not, you're
Yeah,
keeping that
right.
out of your mind.
Yeah.
It's just a fight to you. But man, what's left to do in these couple of weeks up until that fight?
Just staying disciplined. Cause I've realized like, well, I'm really fat at heart. Like I love food. And, yeah, I love food. I love drinking, and yeah, man. But being disciplined and in this fight camp has really opened my eyes to like what fighters go through on a I guess day-to-day basis, man. It's kind of crazy. Look, man, like I was joking with Shaun, I think yesterday. I said, bro, this might be my last fight. Like first and last fight, man, because this is crazy.
It's
man.
a lot.
Yeah, it definitely is a lot, and a lot goes into it. But if you're dedicated and focused and determined, then why not? So
I know a lot of people that think the way you do, and they
Yeah.
go through that fight, and they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I gotta get back in
Yeah,
there. I gotta
yeah,
get back
hell
in
yeah.
there as soon
Hell
as
yeah.
possible. And there is a lot of Muay Thai opening up in
Yeah.
in New England and beyond. I mean, he's traveling all around with the other kids and
Yeah.
stuff. Like I know you get a family and stuff like that, so it's
Oh, yeah.
a little harder and
right.
full-time job and that. But what do you expect? What do we expect to see on the 25th when you get in there?
Yeah, just expect to see very unorthodox things, man. I try to be as unorthodox as possible, and I try to do some wild, like kung fu movie shit, man. So yeah, we'll see. I look forward to displaying, a couple different things that you guys may or may have not seen yet. So
Well, I know you got a couple of athletes in that gym that are doing some really great things, and they got some of them special moves and some of them special twirls and shit like that. Are
Yeah.
they showing you a little
oh
of
yeah,
that?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's right.
I mean, looking back at some of the Cage Titans fights from your guys in there, man,
Yeah.
they're dancing in that
We're
place.
working
They're-
some fun stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a striker through and through, but to say that I'm a traditional Muay Thai fighter or like he's saying, this unorthodox part of my method,
doing
part of my
goddamn
coaching.
cartwheels in there and shit.
Yeah, only one time,
That's
dude.
wild.
Only
I
one.
don't know.
One
Didn't I-
cartwheel.
I've caught you in a couple of videos
Only
that
one.
went viral
There's only
doing
one
something.
caught
I,
you.
remember,
I
I
believe it.
made little fucking funnies and shit like that. I was like,
They're
you
pretty
see
good.
some of the
There's
shit-
some Valentine's Day ones that came out. I don't know if it was you or Cage Titans.
No, it's probably Cage Titans.
Cage Titans did a couple of funny Valentine's Day ones with me doing some cartwheels, and it was, they memed me up.
Yeah,
they memed me up.
Yeah.
I memed
They
the shit
memed
out
me
of
up.
it. When you fought, when the last time I think the last time you fought at Lion Fight, I did a couple of videos like of the one
Oh,
video I
those-
think
That was
he
the
knocked
spinning
that kid
back
right on, he
fist.
knocked that kid,
Yeah,
but you fought another guy.
that was a
Went to a
bloody
decision,
mess.
but you dominated the kid. But I made a couple of really cool meme videos, and they went fucking all over the place. I'm like, sure, look at this. This thing's going on. It's still going. I still see it somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. But it's good stuff, man. As far as the future of the other fighters, anything coming up with them besides, him on the 25th? You got anything in the works for anyone else? I know Mike's got a couple of titles somewhere, and you got other guys that, been
Mike-
on the shelf a little
Yeah,
while.
Mike's actually opening up his own business, so he's been
Busy with that.
He's been super busy. The young kids, they're putting their names in everything, and stuff keeps falling through left and right.
I know they just had a smoker wishes. Were they any of you guys on that? Any kids
No,
on that?
we had stuff that was already planned up. We had to miss that one. We were supposed to be in New York this weekend coming up, or this past weekend, but something fell through. I mean,
That's the fight.
it's the
business.
fight game, man. Like, it's better for these guys to learn it while they're young, and just understand. But it would be better if there was stuff closer together, I would say. If there was more promotions or more stuff closer together that, when a fight falls through, you're like, hey, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like, get me on this one. It's only in 2 weeks away. Like, whatever the thing is, But the problem is that when something falls through, like the next card's not for 3 months, or everybody's on this little rotating schedule around here. So like, oh, this Wisher show just happened, or this Cage Fight just happened, or this No Boundary just happened. Like, you're not getting on till fucking June. You're not going to see another thing till April. You're not going to see another, So it's been tough getting guys fights. Not from lack of trying, but stuff happens. And
Fight game, man.
we've been trying to do some stuff with like USA Muay Thai, and they get people from all over, but they get put into like brackets, right? So then if nobody signs up for your bracket, like, you don't
You're
get a
the only
fight.
one.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't get a fight,
Yeah.
or you gotta like fight somebody 15 pounds heavier, or like, you're 13, they want you to fight somebody that's 18.
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
so
Fighting men out there.
Yeah,
it's tough.
The kids are fighting men out there.
Sometimes it gets tough. But Princeton's got the spotlight though right now, so it's kind of a good place to be. He was saying some stuff like, yeah, man, I wish I found you sooner. I'm like, dude, you found me at the perfect time. Like, this is the right time. It's a perfect time for me to be able to give you the kind of attention, be able to do double sessions with you every day, be able to have a gym full of fighters that are in shape and competitive and have no fights coming up for themselves right now, so they can give you all of their attention and they can be your training partners. So he's definitely getting all the work, whenever he's in there, he's getting all the work, whether it's from me or from the gang. He's getting
everywhere.
he's getting all the work right now, which is what he needs. So
Who's going to be
it's,
cornering?
I'll be in there.
Yeah.
I'll be in there. Sean Graham, I believe, is going to
yeah.
be at the fights because he's cornering some other cats,
As always.
anyways. And then Mike White's going to hop in
Nice.
the corner. So, everybody's doing a little bit of shifting around. Like even Mike, he's coming off of fighting a little bit, but he's been training just the same. He's been coaching a bunch of classes every week for me, covers my ass when I skip out of town and take somebody else on the road, or, hops in the corner with me. So, it's it's the evolution it's the evolution of the gym. You know, the game evolves, the gym evolves, the fighters evolve. They either fade away or they become coaches or, you know, something. But these guys keep training. They're still coming to the gym. They're still hanging out. You know, they're just not competing as much.
Last question for me to you about this. Do you ever inspired to have your own, like make your own, not your own promotion or put your own fight show on or anything like that? Or is this too much or too many things going on?
I don't know.
already?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's definitely a lot of work, and you know, I don't know. I
Even
think
a
I think
smoker at
it's
your
for
gym or
I
something
think
like
it's
that?
for
I know that's,
somebody
you know,
else.
yeah.
You know, I think that kind of thing's for somebody else. I'm 100% willing to support guys however they need to be supported. Fighters, you know, I've reffed smokers before. You know, this guy doesn't want to ref Muay Thai. Like we hop in there, you know, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll help out. I don't mind like setting up chairs and doing that stuff, but it is a lot
Yeah.
of work,
I can
and
imagine.
especially to do it the right way and get all the licensing and get all the commission on board and get all the, you know, because we could do smokers, and if it becomes a big thing, then it's like, well, we got to tamp this down, and it's getting too big.
Yeah, and then
You get in trouble,
yeah,
or they, you know what I
exactly,
mean? Like,
exactly. I
it's just
understand.
not
Yeah.
worth it, honestly. It's really not, you know? And then who knows about, like, competition, you know? Like, right now, there's a group of guys that have promotions that they seem to get along, but, you know, who knows? Like, is there enough where people aren't getting like butt hurt that
Yeah,
you're like, oh, you're
exactly.
gonna open a
Stop
promotion too,
sabotaging
and you're
stuff
gonna
or whatever,
you're
you
gonna
know?
do this, and oh, you know, like, I don't know. And I also feel like it's kind of corny to have a fight promotion and then put fighters on. Like, if you own a gym, like, don't put fighters on your own promotion,
Yeah. I
right?
understand.
So like, I'm not really helping my guys out by having a fight promotion. It's not like I'm gonna open this promotion. I'm like, hey guys, like, now you got a place to fight all the time.
Yeah.
Come on, you know, like, I wouldn't even put them on my fight card because I kind of want somebody to think like, that's a no, dude.
Right.
Too many things
Yeah,
going on.
there's a
Well,
lot. I mean,
the business and
well,
the
it's just
coaching
it's more that I have no, I have a passion for working with guys like him. You know, somebody that comes to me and they're like, this is a dream. Cage Titans is a dream for me, and this is a dream, and I've always wanted to do it. Like, that fucking gasses me up when a guy's like, hey man, I'm fucking ready. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Right? Let's go. That makes me excited, dude. You
Excellent.
know? So getting a bunch of coaches to cry to me about, oh, my guy's not getting a fair amount. I won, but
Yeah.
like, I don't want to deal with your coaches. I don't want to deal with your fighters. I don't want to deal with
I just
like,
want to bring my own guy
That's
in,
it,
guy,
yeah.
girl, beat the
man,
shit out of
like,
your guy.
yeah, dude, I don't want to deal with that whole thing. Like, oh, can you get my guy as a first guy? And then I gotta like, all right, Jimmy, is your guy really has no fights, or like,
Yeah,
you know, you
you
gotta
don't
like,
know, yeah.
yeah, it's like, and then
And guy's got 12 fights
yeah,
on
and
then-
YouTube,
yeah,
you
and
know.
not just that, but then like something happens after the fight, so it's not just building the thing up and making the fight, but then something happens after, and it's like, oh, you screwed me, oh, you
Yeah.
gave me this, oh, you did this to me, like, I don't need that shit, bro. Fuck
Enough
that.
of that
That's
already
too
on
much,
online,
dude.
people bickering about little fucking
Fuck
things.
you, dude. I don't need that.
Well, I'm going to give the last question to him. So, man, less than 2.5 weeks. Well, 2.5 weeks
Yeah.
going on, man. What you know, anything you want to say before I let you go? I'm gonna let you give your shout outs, thank yous, and stuff like that. But any last words about this fight and the experience you're gonna have on the 25th?
Yeah, I just look forward to putting on a show and I guess finally putting my name out there and people, seeing me and seeing what I can do and seeing where I come from in Red Seal, and I look forward to it, man. Like I said, try not to like make it bigger than what it already is. So yeah, just excited, ready to go.
Excellent, man. Well, my pleasure meeting you, man.
Yeah, you as well.
I'll
Thank
see you
you.
on the 25th. I'll
Yeah.
be there.
Thank
I
you
don't
for
know if
having me.
cage side next to this guy.
Yeah.
But I will be there
Yeah.
in the crowd somewhere
I
rooting,
like
rooting
that,
for this shit
Steve.
going on.
Yeah.
I know you can't be drinking and stuff like that, but there's an after party, a big after party like that. You're gonna celebrate after? You're gonna go with the family and kids home and celebrate that way?
That's still up for debate, man. I don't know. We'll see, bro, because it's gonna be my first drink since starting camp. So, yeah, I'll definitely be probably wiped after the first drink, man. So,
Yeah, well, that's all
we'll
right.
see, man.
Cheap night for you.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Cheap
I'm
for
sure you're
sure,
gonna
for
have
sure.
people
Yeah,
gonna be buying you drinks anyway.
yeah, definitely.
I know
be
there's
careful with that move, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
I know there's a
from
couple of guys that sit
experience.
front row that'll
Be
probably buy you a
careful.
couple
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
But will your wife be in attendance?
She will. Yes,
Excellent,
yeah, she
excellent,
will. Yeah,
excellent.
yeah.
I
So
would imagine your wife will be in attendance. Too.
She's all gussied up. She's got herself a girls' night out on
Oh,
the
she's-
town.
yeah?
Oh yeah, buddy.
Hey,
Yeah,
awesome.
we're all ready for Cage Titans. Let's go.
Excellent. Well, I hope and I would imagine that Cage Titans will be announcing this fight in the next couple of days. Now that the cat's out of the bag.
Cat's
I'm
out
gonna,
of the bag now.
I'm gonna be
Steve,
taking a
Steve
couple
got
of
the
clips out of
beans.
this and throwing them on Instagram. So
Yes.
they're not going to be able to kind of hide it anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah, congratulations getting in there, making history
you.
for them, and getting your first fight.
I appreciate it.
It's a huge fight, man.
Oh,
So
yeah.
all the power to you, my man.
Thank you.
All the power to you too,
It's
bro.
a big
for,
jumping off point for him,
yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Cage Titans too, the
It's
biggest
awesome,
promotion
man.
in fucking New England
It's
too. It's going to
awesome.
be streaming all over the place. They have like 2,000 people fit in that
Yeah, it's
friggin'
awesome.
place. So
Yeah, it's cool,
it's going
man.
to be roaring, and hopefully they hype this up as much as they do. The bigger fights on the
Yes,
card.
sir.
This is something special. So
Yeah.
and you're fighting a dude out of a really really great camp there.
Yeah,
Has a
no
lot of
slouch,
fighters,
man.
yeah.
No
Oh, yeah.
slouches at that gym, that's for sure. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I have your Instagram here, Princeton.
Yeah.
It is just Princeton _
That's
correct?
it. Yeah, that's right.
Too many underscores, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I said that to you before.
Too
All these
many
underscores.
underscores.
But it's
Hey,
awesome.
Shaun Red Seal Muay Thai, you can figure out where to put the underscores, buddy.
Excellent.
That's it.
Awesome, man. Well, nice catching up with you, my man.
Steve,
I'll
it's
see you in a couple of
always-
weeks at
always,
Cage Titans.
always good to see you, man.
We're here Wednesdays. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this, Sean. I'm getting
Steve,
tired
dude,
of it.
stop
but,
it, dude. Steve's
I got
telling
the
me-
band coming in.
Steve's telling me pre-show he's trying to hang up the mics, dude, and we're not going to stand for it around here. So I need everybody to send Steve Domenico private messages. I need you to blow up this link. I need you to leave all the comments. Tell this guy that he can't stop doing this podcast because it's too much fun for everybody.
I got to get more guys.
Yeah.
And, competitors like you down here.
Let's
in
get it
person,
going,
and,
Steve.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
You know
we
what I
like
mean?
it, dude. The in-person ones are good.
Yeah.
The in-person ones
best.
are
They're the best
they're the best. Yeah, we gotta get the room podcast going again, baby.
Well, when next time we'll have some beers for you and stuff.
Yeah.
And when he's not in camp and
man,
stuff like that, and we get a little loose.
I'm a
and, we
retired
can start
guy
talking
now.
a
I
little
can
shit here
I
and
can have a
there.
couple extra calories now. I can
Yeah.
have a
I mean,
few
we can't
empty
talk Too much shit.
carbs.
He's got a fight coming up. We don't want to ruffle up too many feathers.
No,
but
no,
after the
no.
fights and stuff, we can
Yeah, we'll ruffle all
talk
the
about
feathers,
a little about
dude.
what's going on and what we like and don't like about the scene.
Why not,
That's what this
dude?
podcast is about.
I like that ruffling feathers, Steve.
Yeah. I'm used to it.
Me too.
How many times my Facebook's been canceled.
Me too, dude. Huh?
All right, with that said, thank you so much for coming down. I know it's right. What do you got, a fucking sports car out there? Is that yours?
Oh
or his?
shit, no, that's mine. That's mine.
Fucking all
This
decked out right there.
guy's-
Would you make
yeah.
it here in 10 minutes from? You got a long
Yeah,
ride
right.
too. I mean, you're coming from fucking
45
yeah.
minutes. Yeah, it's a little hike, but
I
I like it
appreciate
here.
it, man.
I like it
Appreciate
here
it.
though, Steve.
Awesome.
I
You
like
know?
it here too. It's my first time, and it's got a very nice like feng shui vibe about it, man. It's awesome.
Awesome, bro. We do fight companions here sometimes
Oh, yeah.
too. So doors always open for you guys.
I like
so,
that, Steve.
Thank you.
Come on down.
Let's
Bring
keep
another
it
person.
live.
We
Yeah,
got
let's
another
keep
seat
it
here,
lively
so,
around here, dude.
We will, my man.
I like that.
People like you make me want to keep going.
Yeah,
so.
don't make me sad, Steve. Don't make me sad, Steve. You know, I had to stop fighting. My podcast to end, dude. Come on, man.
We'll see what's we'll see what's going on. But with that said, thank you so much for taking the ride coming down.
Hey, man,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you having us
you
for
know,
real.
Good luck with your fight on the 25th.
Thank you,
We'll
I
be
appreciate
there,
it.
and we'll get a word after
Oh yeah.
Down the line,
Yeah,
we'll
without a
bring
doubt.
you guys down again, and we'll talk about the experience and stuff. That we'll have a couple
Without
of
a
beers
doubt.
together. We can
Oh yeah.
kind of chill out.
A little
Bring one of
fight
the other guys
recap.
down.
Yeah,
exactly.
we'll
We
do a
can
fight
that. We can
recap.
recap
We'll
the whole
do
fucking card together.
Yeah,
Whatever.
man, that'll be fun.
All right, we out of here. With that said, follow these guys.
Hell
Their
yeah.
Instagrams are right there.
Follow it up,
Check them
baby.
out at Cage Titans on the 25th at Cage Titans 65. I know Cage Titans will be blowing this fight up because it is history.
Hit us up for tickets.
Yeah.
Prince has
yeah.
got them for sale, baby.
Excellent.
right.
And the stream. You need
Yeah, hit
stream.
the live stream if
Yeah.
you can't be there in person. Hit
We'll
them
have
up for
that,
the live
too, so-
stream.
So with that said, we might be back next Wednesday. I don't know. But we might be
Steve
back
is on.
Wednesday.
The mic's hot.
I know Mike Polvere. Mike Polvere always comes on the Wednesday before the show, so I'll have him on
Nice.
at least the week of the show. It's kind of something we do all the time.
I like that.
So
Do you ever
yeah.
go on to his thing?
Yeah, I actually, dude, I got in trouble going down his thing.
Oh, man.
They had me pick winners of the fights,
Oh.
and I picked a couple of winners.
Ooh.
Another fight I didn't like, and I got
Ooh.
threatened a
got
couple
booed?
on my. I'm
That's tough.
like, what the fuck?
Caught a couple
Like
boos.
a couple of boos, bro. A couple of boos. Fucking almost got strangled at the fights. Everything. You know what I mean? What the fuck? So we don't do that anymore. But I did. I was on Table Titans. I think not the last card, the card before that. Yeah, Mike invites me down and stuff. It's a
That's cool.
haul, but it's fun there. He has a great setup and they do great things. So I know they had a show on Monday. They'll have a show next Monday, which they'll probably be mentioning the Muay Thai, Small Gloves Muay Thai fight.
Yeah,
'Cause,
maybe they will.
You know, if you look on Instagram, not Instagram, Tapology, the fight card's not on there yet, so they haven't. You know,
Yeah,
they're
nothing's
just still announcing
finalizing
fights. I
it,
just
yeah.
saw Miguel Sevenson today get announced that he's fighting. So I would imagine yours will be popping up any day now.
Yeah.
I'll make sure Mike throws that up there because
Pop
he
it
will
up.
be on the show tonight, and I was
Nice.
asking questions to him yesterday about the fight itself. So
Yeah.
congratulations, guys, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Thank you.
Shaun doing it again. History.
Love it.
Red Seal doing it again. But
Yeah.
Thank you, Princeton. Thank
Thank you.
Sean.
Stevie.
We out of here.
Thank you,
Follow
baby.
the Room podcast. You know where it is. Just
Yes,
put it somewhere
sir.
on
Put
Google.
it there, baby.
We out.